how do you deal with all the polarity of opinions about you, and ultimately, you as a public figure have to deal with a lot of hate? How do you grow that thick skin?
When I hear all this stuff, it just makes me feel sad for people. Imagine if somebody says something mean or something trying to hurt you. Imagine how much pain they have inside of them. It gave me this stability, I would say. It gave me that sense that I started to feel conscious about everything, and all the fears that I had, they disappeared. Even the fear of death, it's the biggest fear that we have.
It is hard probably to find equally spiritual partner in life, isn't it, to match your vibration?
Like, I don't want to cure, I don't want to heal, I don't want to babysit anybody, but it came to me that point that the man that you meet, they I don't know, they just start to have this fear. I don't know about what. I believe that there are some secrets that we need to discover.
Hello, it's Nataliya, and welcome to Beehive podcast, the place where insightful conversations with the most extraordinary people take place. Each episode is an opportunity to explore my guests' personal journeys, lifestyle choices, and aspects of their personal success formula. Join me by subscribing now and enjoy the listen. To the show, and for being so generous with your time, because I've had so many guests of different popularity, different heights, and you deal with all sorts of characters, and people play hard to get and all these games that they do. And I just really appreciate how straightforward you were. You were just, okay, let's do it. This is the time. This is when I'm available. Okay, doesn't work. Let's do this. And you committed to it. And you're here. And I'm genuinely appreciative of this. There's not many people.
Why it was so easy? Let me just explain to you. I am actually now practicing to do things today, what you can do today, not pushing for tomorrow. I'm actually very bad at that. Yeah, I just told myself I have to do everything I want to do today. So, and it's kind of like something new for me as well. And that's why it was easy. I was like, I have to do it. Even though I was tired, I got up like at 6:45 in the morning, took my daughter to school and all of that stuff. So, but I was like, no, I'm not going to push it for tomorrow. I'm going to do it today because I can do it today. So this is a good way to practice also to be more productive in your life.
I'm lucky then. This is it. I am just lucky to be in that moment when you decided to do exactly that. Celebrating your incredible success now, I want to talk a little bit about your starting point. So you come from a very humble background. You often share with your subscribers the stories and the pictures of your life in the little town of Krasnokamensk in the far east of Russia. So can you describe what your home looked like and what your home life was like back then, please?
I think my parents moved there when the city was just building. So it was brand new city. And they came there to get some work. I think they were mining uranium there. Oh, wow. So it was a lot of radiation though, but also they paid a lot of money, and all the young people would come there, build a family there and settle there. Right. So when I was having my childhood, like let's say 3, 4, 5 years old, it was very safe. It was closed city. Not everybody could come there, I believe. So it was nice. It was enough for a little child, but it was so small that you can walk across like 15 minutes by foot, walking one way and 25 another way. And it was a beautiful life. Even though we stayed a lot at home with my sister, Angelina, she's 2 years older than me. Home alone, because my mom was working a lot, and she divorced with my father when I was 2. And so my grandma was there, but she was also working. And there was a days when we would kind of like, maybe even nights, I don't remember, but we would spend alone
Wow.
in our apartment. Yeah, we had a neighbor, Tatiana, so she was taking care of us. You know, she would come and she would uh, just check on us if we are fine. And the grandma would come, she would cook something for 2 days. So we would have that food. Like it was really, we were belong ourselves at the age of 3, when I was 3 and 5.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was hard, but at the same time was kind of like beautiful in a way that it was very safe. And we could just explore the city. And especially when I was 5 and 6, I would just go and do the grocery myself.
This sounds
You know,
crazy now, isn't it? Just try to
now
send
it
your daughter.
you know what? Like I live in Monaco now, and Monaco is very safe.
Yeah.
And my daughter today, first time after lunch break, went to the school alone herself. She's like, Mom, I want to try, just let me just take me to the elevator, up to the elevator. And it's like 4 or 5 minutes walk. I was like, okay, you can do that. Because I was doing it when I was 6, 7. We were just going to
3.
school.
Forget 6,
Yeah.
7.
If when I was 3, I wasn't really kind of like good at the locations. I remember I got lost just behind my building. I remember I was crying, and then one guy was asking me, like, why are you crying? I was like, I lost my home. He was like, where are you living? I remember the name of the my building. And he just took my hand and he walked me
Around.
right around. Yeah. So, but when I was 5, 6, I was already good. I knew where's the shop. I knew where's my grandma. So I knew the city, but little by little you learn. And yeah, it was simple life, Soviet Union time before the Soviet Union collapsed. It was quite nice, I have to say.
Quite safe, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the life has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't safe anymore. And then it was even scary when I look back and think what I went through. Yeah.
And now you live in picturesque Monaco. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't, you can't even get two more different environments, two many different locations. What do you love the most about your home now? And what would you like to change?
I love everything. When I moved here 10 years ago, I was pregnant. So my ex-husband was from Monaco. I met him in Moscow. He told me, I won't be able to live in Moscow. So since you're pregnant, we decided to have a child, to have a family. He was like, let's go to Monaco. And that was the place where he grew up. And he has a Monaco passport. So my daughter is Monegasque. She also holds a Monaco passport. So, and I didn't even think twice. I was like, okay, I want, my daughter to live in a good environment.
Yeah.
Even in terms of weather and the air, you've been to Moscow. It smells like garage. It smells like outside.
Moscow is
Yeah.
amazing in its
Yeah,
own
it is
way,
amazing for
but
1 week.
it's, yeah.
Yeah, but raising a child there in this darkness, which is 9 months a year, it's quite hard. Even in Siberia, where I grew up, we always had sunny days, and it was very, very cold, but it was always sunny. You see the blue skies, and it's important. You see the sun. And so when I moved here, I realized that it was very slow for me because I was working a lot. I gave up a lot of like my projects, but I told myself, "Hey, this is a new step and I have to sacrifice for my family and this and that." And after 3 years of being here, I realized that I won't be able to live there anymore.
So how do you deal with all the polarity of opinions about you? And ultimately, you as a public figure have to deal with a lot of hate. How do you grow that thick skin? How can you just be like, okay, this is, separating that from yourself? How do you stay this calm, you know, peaceful, enjoyable, and how do you remain J-Lo?
When I hear all this stuff, it's just make me feel sad for people. Imagine if somebody says something mean or something trying to hurt you. Imagine
Mm.
how much pain they have inside of them.
I know. I
To
know.
share it. So I
Yeah.
always say that, guys, don't even take it personally, because this is not about you. This is about people who are in pain, and they need to share that pain. And if you happy, if you satisfied with your life, you will never go and write something bad to anybody, right? I was always
Yeah.
making an example about Abramovich, they call him. Like, imagine
Mm.
Abramovich go and type somebody like, how
Yeah.
you are, oh, you something like, when you're
Yeah.
a successful person, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
So it's only the people who need some attention, and they that's instead of arguing with them, I prefer to give them some attention. And they're like, oh, I'm
You do you actually give
sometimes, yeah.
attention?
You know
Wow.
what? Sometimes they do like, oh, I'm sorry, this is not me. This is my child typed it to you, like text it to you. You know, like they just need a little love. When you give a little love, and then they're like, oh my God. Remember the
Yeah.
movie Wally, that the cartoon Wally, and
Yes.
when they were living in a spaceship and like just drinking and looking at the computer, and then all of a sudden it got broken, they woke up like, oh my God. So
Mm.
it's important for people,
Same.
for me, that people would feel that love, and that would probably make them feel kind of like awaking a little bit.
100%. I think love is such a strong and powerful weapon.
And
And
healing energy, yeah, this is
yeah.
the most energy, yeah.
So healing energy, what is your connection? You mentioned energy a lot, and I feel it's through the Zoom screen, like hitting me with the vibes. I mean, you've been transforming everything, your mindset, your personal brand, your image, your looks, your spirituality, and it really shows and radiates. So, what are your main go-to routines? What is the secret of Victoria Bonya? How do you look so great and feel so great?
I think it's all um, comes from the need of your heart. If you want to, uh, if you want to feel peaceful, if you want to be conscious, you start learning the path. You taking the path to learn that, how to be that way. And thanks God, I when I came to that TV show, I remember I came with the book. It's called um, Carlos Castaneda. You know that book. He was
Oh,
the
I
writer.
know.
He was going to Mexico to some shaman, and he was trying, I believe it was peyote or something like cactus, that was opening his
Mindset and
mind.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And when I read about it, I was like, oh my God, my heart was bumping. I was like, this is the information I was looking for from the childhood. When I was lying down next to my building in Siberia, in my little town, I looked in the skies, in the dark skies, like looking, watching the stars, and I didn't even know I was looking on the Milky Way. So it's so bright, the most beautiful skies, actually, the night skies. I never seen anywhere. I've traveled all over the world, never
That's
seen
right, in Siberia,
anywhere
yeah.
else how beautiful and how bright the stars are
Yeah,
there. And I
yeah.
was lying down. I was maybe 9, 10 years old after the school, and it was already dark at 4 p.m. And I would like lie down and I would look at the stars, and I was feeling that they're a cosmic family that I belong to. Back that time, there was no information, there was no internet, we couldn't read any books, there was nothing about it. But I felt with my heart, but there is something. And I was always saying to myself, I need to find the door, I need to find the way how to connect in this physical body, being alive, but connect to my cosmic family. So when I read that, even now I have goosebumps all over my body. When I read this book, I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's exactly, I didn't know before. So that there was a plan that it can kind of like make you, I would say, leave your body and, and travel into the spiritual world.
Yeah.
And so then I found a friend of mine. I was flying to, with my mom, we went to Nepal, and
Hmm.
I met a guy who was like, oh, we're gonna do ayahuasca. So it was 10 years ago, exactly 10 years
Right.
ago. And my heart bumped again. I was like, ayahuasca, oh, that's exactly what I need. I just grabbed the guy. I was like, please, when you go to do, take me there. And I
Yeah.
know not many people want to share this because this is kind of like in some countries they consider it as a drug. Some of them they say it's something, it's not good. I'm not taking any drugs. I don't even take alcohol. I don't
Yeah.
smoke. I don't take alcohol for New Year's or birthday parties. The question that bothers me, imagine being like
Oh my
11,
God.
12 years old, and the question was like, if you squeeze all the universes together, doesn't matter how big they are. I was like, okay, whatever, you squeeze them in a ball.
Yeah.
What is behind that black material? I was like thinking of that.
Oh.
So, yeah. And like that question was like, really, that's how I was falling asleep. I was thinking and I was imagining, I was traveling in space. Imagine back then, it was no information. I'm going to repeat myself. So, and this is what I saw the first ceremony.
What did you see?
I saw that there is a light behind that all. So there is a light. There is a light which
Behind the
actually,
darkness.
yes, behind the dark materia, I would say, like which contains all these universes and everything and everything. It was just like I couldn't sleep for many years.
How
So
many years?
and the light calls love, that light of love and of infinite love and the creation of all this like spirits, beautiful energy and everything. So, and that's how I started to learn by doing ayahuasca every year. So every year, once a year, I was doing ceremonies. And first years, I was just flying, going into the space. But then I start like flying and going inside of my kind of like soul and discovering myself. It gave me this stability, I would say. It gave me that sense that I started to feel conscious about everything, and all the fears that I had, they disappeared. Even the fear of death, it's the biggest fear that we have. And I have to say, I realized that it will come one
Very
day, and
powerful.
yeah, and it's nothing to be scared about. It's just the transformation of you into the other kind of like non-material world. So
Yeah.
it's gonna just free your soul one day. And I realized this is also beautiful. It's a part of our life. So, and I start to see things completely different. And I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I just realized that I can be so conscious and so happy and so grateful for the medicine teaching me so many things. And I'm so happy that some celebrities are very open about it, which is Sting, the singer.
It's here. Okay.
Yeah, he tells his story like 20 years ago. And him and his wife went to Brazil, and they did
Mhm.
ayahuasca first time in there. And it's not as people describe. Let's say a lot of when you Google information about ayahuasca, they say it's hallucinations, but it's not, because
Yeah.
when you open your eyes, everything is the same. If you see the bottle, it's a bottle, so nothing is like transforming.
Yeah.
But you close your eyes, then when you start to see. So it's not the hallucinations, the visions.
That's
So
right.
Sting was describing it exactly how we all see it when we do ayahuasca ceremony. So it can cure your any depression, it can cure any addiction, from heroin to alcohol. You can cure so many things. And now I
Right.
understand why people want to hide it. I mean, not the people, but maybe
The
some
governments,
government.
yeah.
Yeah, because they don't want cure asthma in one go. You just take a shot of ayahuasca, you do the ceremony, and tomorrow you have no more asthma. Who needs that?
Well,
People
it's
need to spray all your life. So you know what I mean? So I
to
was
help
like,
the medical industry.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah,
But you have to really know where and who you're doing it with, because it's
yeah.
a lot of people who are doing this fake
That's
ayahuasca
right.
party.
Yeah,
They don't know how to do it, so you have to know and respect the medicine, and you have to get the diet, because if you don't, it's dangerous. You have to be clean from drugs, from any sleeping pills, from meat for 2 weeks. And then you go and you do the ceremony with big respect. It takes you maybe for me, it's 1 hour. It lasts only 1 hour. For people, up to 5 hours.
Oh,
For me, it
wow.
goes very quick. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And I mean, I love it as a mother. I call it mother ayahuasca. So
Yeah.
it's a mother which is giving you lots of knowledges and lots of energy. Then you start like flying. Your energy goes so high. Like during a year, you feel it. You become so productive, and you don't want to like touch anything. You don't want to smoke. You don't want to drink alcohol because it brings your energy down. So
Really?
yeah, yeah.
This is amazing.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. Are you sending some through? I'm joking.
I know when I speak about people, like they want to try, so I know how to sell it. No, I want people to be aware it exists, and I want people to be very conscious when they do it, how they do it, why they do it, so to be safe.
I think you're right, and it's I mean, the disclaimer, the big disclaimer is that there is an element of psychedelic in this brew, and hence why in many countries, including the UK, it's deemed to be illegal. So huge
But
disclaimer. So
we can go to Italy, we can go to Spain, Portugal,
like,
here.
we'll always find a way around it.
20 minutes drive from me, so and then it's legal, yeah. And then Peru,
Yeah.
American, Latin America, it's part of the culture. It's not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
legal. They're doing this for thousands of years. And I always say, don't do it where it's illegal. Never do it where it's illegal. Never do it when you didn't. It's dangerous. So you have to make sure you did the diet. You make
Yeah.
sure you did everything that you need to do before that, and take responsibility on your shoulders, because it's not like a fun journey, you know. It's a hard work. That's why they call it spiritual work, because it's not fun to do it when you do it. I mean, like it
In the
really
process. Yeah.
yeah, it gives you so much of your own fear. That's the first thing. Like you face yourself, and then you start to see who you are, so you can escape. You can't stop it, you know. So but when you do it consciously and think like that, so it helps a lot in life to be kind of grounded and conscious.
It is hard probably to find equally spiritual partner in life, isn't it, to match your vibration. I mean, this is a unique thing about you. So it's not that is this something you're looking for in potentially your other half to match it, or you don't mind?
It played a little joke with me, because I remember within past few years when I had a couple of relationships, I remember being and becoming a mom who needs to cure, who needs to teach. And then I just realized, like, no, Victoria, don't do that. Like, I don't want to cure, I don't want to heal, I don't want to like babysit anybody. But it came to me that point that the man that you meet, they I don't know, they just start to have this fear. I don't know about what. Yeah, I still believe I'm going to meet someone who going to understand how I see the life, and not trying to compete with me in
Yeah.
things, but trying to make me feel feminine and even weak. You know, because I
Protected.
think
Yeah.
weakness is the biggest power
Strength.
of women. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important to feel kind of like be able to feel weak, because then your man can feel strong. If you feel so strong, and then, you know, sometimes you make your man feel very feminine about himself.
Yeah.
So to switch in this energy, female energy, and be just behind your man. I wish I will find that shoulder, I would say, yeah, who I can hide behind and share my love that I have inside of me. Yeah.
You've been reasonably private with your relationships. I don't think the
I'm
world
trying.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to. But you recently alluded to the fact that there may be someone special in your life.
Maybe,
Is it the case?
maybe. I don't think it's my, I don't like to speak about my private life. When
Yeah,
I had my daughter, when I was pregnant, and he was there, of course, like you couldn't hide it.
that's right.
But just start to date somebody, I think it's important to keep it private. But then if you the relationship are developing and it's going serious, then you have to speak about it. Because when you're a public person and you hiding it for so long, then you get, oh my god, the rumors start like growing as crazy, and they start to affecting your life. So there is a certain point where you have to be quiet about it, a certain point you have to speak about it, but little bit, just to
Okay.
say, just to mention it, not to show everything and not to expose your
Yeah,
relationship. Even though if people do expose, I don't mind. It's just they this is their choice.
their
And
choice.
yeah, yeah, I think it should be like mutual for him and her to be comfortable what they're sharing and how they're sharing. So
That's very honorable, and the fact that you managed to keep it off the radar, the public radar, it's hats off to you
I
because
was
you've.
actually catched with one guy, and he was living in UK. He was a soccer player.
All
We catch.
right. Did you date him when you were here in London?
Yeah, no. It was much earlier. It was before.
Right.
Uh, yeah, but no, we was it was just accidentally. We went to the restaurant. Somebody filmed us, but we never confirmed. We never say anything. I think it's important just to be, like, to stay
Deny,
professional.
deny.
Just be quiet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How interesting. No, it's not easy under the spotlight to try to, find that
Yeah,
someone
when
wants.
everybody has phones,
I
everybody can
know.
be a journalist. Yeah, like, oh, I
So
catched.
so how can you even go out for a date? I mean, this is like Mission Impossible. You can't even you have to
You
be
take
going.
the car. Or you take bunch of friends so nobody knows who's
Nobody
anymore.
knows, yeah. Or the house parties, I think this is, but then the children, so it's making it more difficult. This is so, complicated. I
Not
love,
complicated when you know internationally. Like, this is complicated. Imagine when
yeah.
everybody knows you everywhere. Because to me, it's mostly like Russian people, Ukrainian, Kazakhstan, all these like post-Soviet Union countries, and like nobody knows me in UK, nobody knows me in America. So I mean, except Russians, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so to me it's easier. But imagine being Jennifer Lopez.
yeah.
You won't be able to hide.
Can you imagine? And then you start dating Ben Affleck the
Yeah,
2 days after you split up, and everyone also knows
I
about
love the
that.
couple. I love that couple. Even back then, I was like, it was my favorite couple. I'm happy they're back with Ben Affleck. I think it didn't finish that story.
They didn't finish the story. I like it. Can it possibly be that one of your stories is not finished?
Maybe. Yeah, that's
Maybe.
actually what I was about to say. Yeah, because there was a story with some person I've started dating when I separated with my ex, and he
This
wanted
is
me.
Alex. You're talking about Alex.
Yes, and he
Yeah.
wanted me to move to LA. He was from Los Angeles, and I was ready. I was like, okay, I like the guy. I wanted to try, but Alexander, Angelina's father, my daughter's father, he said no, it's too far. I'm not gonna let her go there. So that's why we came back here, and the relationship didn't really like ended and finished. So we still have a little connection. Who knows? Maybe one day that guy is gonna be,
Is he your Ben Affleck?
yeah,
Oh my
maybe.
God.
You never know.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So does he still live in LA?
Yeah, yeah.
So are you gonna move to LA now?
Once, like in 6 months, every other six, like, are you getting married? I was like, no, not yet. He was like, are
Waiting for
you
your
getting married?
proposal.
Yeah, I was like, why? You want to just I was like, and we decided that we have to see each other. We said we have to see how it's gonna go. And so when I will travel to California next time, he's waiting for me there.
How long you've
So
not seen him for?
5 years. I haven't seen him for 5 years.
And this is you saying that maybe there's something there. Is that you're
Maybe.
such a romantic? Or there must be
Yeah.
something a bit more than that.
You know why? I don't know why, but I always get this young guys looking at me,
Oh, I wonder
like
why.
23 to 29, not older. No one from 30 to 40 to my age ever came to me and paid attention to me. It's only young guys somehow. And I was like, I have to give up with this young guys. I mean, it's cool. I like it and everything, but then they don't know what to do. They get scared at one point. So maybe he's 2 years older than me. Maybe this is the guy. Maybe I need somebody like this age.
This age, a bit more mature. Well, with your level of wisdom, you look like 20, but with in your lifetime, I mean, you probably lived a couple of lifetimes in your mind with everything that you do, all the rituals as well. Your mindset is very much up there, 90-year-old wise woman, but it's just you look like a 20-year-old, but
Sometimes I feel like I've been living like 3 lives at least.
What is your typical day looking like? Because there's so many good things you can do in a day. So you can just wake up, start doing all those little routines, and they will be in evening by the time you finished getting ready for the day. Just because, like, okay, now I'm ready, and it's already
Let
9 o'clock.
share the most incredible thing that
Please
I
do.
learned and that I opened for myself during the pandemic time, during the lockdown. There is a guy. It's his name is Wim Hof. Maybe you heard about
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah.
The Iceman. So he has this breathing exercises, which, oh my God, life-changing thing. So it takes 25 minutes of your life. So you go to bed, but sometimes you can't fall asleep. You start thinking about, you trying to stop the process, but you're still thinking about something, and then you like moving in your bed. So there is two different techniques that he's giving you: one to wake up in the morning, and another one to go to bed if you can't fall asleep. I asked my mom, she's like, oh, I can't fall asleep. I was like, try this. She tried. Next morning she comes to me, she's like, Victoria, you know what? Oh my God, I didn't even know how I fell asleep. Like I was breathing and all of a sudden I don't even remember how I fell asleep. So you have to take a long, long breath, inhale through your nose. And the same long, long, long exhale through your mouth. So you do 20, 25 times like this. And then you inhale.
This is now a live practice.
Hold the breath for 10 seconds, maybe 15, 10. You let it go, second round. On the third, fourth round, trust me, you're gonna fall asleep like baby. The second technique is just fantastic. So there is more intensive breaths. So you do like 20, 25, 30 breaths. You have to like inhale with your stomach, with your chest, even with your head, and then let it go. And then on the fifth, you start to feel dizzy. You feel you feel all different ways. Sometimes your fingers tingling. It's normal. It's at the beginning, first 2 weeks, and then it disappears.
Really?
So
wow.
Yeah. So you breathe like that. You can do with your mouth, with like intensively, and then you exhale on the 30th time, and you hold your breath. No air inside. I hold my breath up to 3 minutes now without air. Can you believe that?
Wow.
When I started, it was 20 seconds, and then 20 seconds, and then 40 seconds, and then it was 1 minute, and then it was 2 minutes. Now it's like 253, 257, like 3 minutes, literally. You can hold without the breath. And then, so at that point, you have to be careful. When you do this breathing technique, you have to be in the comfortable position, sitting down or lying down, not when you're driving, because this is dangerous.
Oh gosh, no, yeah, definitely. No.
Sometimes you can feel unconscious for a second.
Really?
I remember doing it live on my Instagram and with people, and I was sitting down, breathing. And then all of a sudden I realized I was lying down, and I don't even remember how I fell, like fell on the floor.
Oh
And
my
people,
God.
okay, Victoria. No, this is DMT. This is ayahuasca without ayahuasca. So the other technique, the morning one, it's so powerful that on the fourth round, when you exhale, you hold as much as you can. Don't make it too complicated. Like when you feel the urge to breathe, you inhale, and when you inhale, you hold for 15 seconds. And then you start second round. So first without, as much as you can, then 15 seconds with, and then second round, third round, fourth round. And then you measure, first of all, the pH level. You will see that it goes to the perfect point, 7 something, 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
And it gives you boost of energy. And then at some point you feel, I do it before I go to bed. I don't do the boring one. I do this one before I go to bed.
What?
I see visuals, things. I see light. It's crazy how you can just recharge your body within 25 minutes a day.
So what are you working on now that you could share with the listeners? How can we support you? I know you've got some amazing lipsticks that came out.
Oh, it's actually...
there you go.
Putting that lipstick on me before the interview. It's still samples. Some of them are samples, but yeah, I'm only using my lipsticks because I couldn't find lipstick that, like, look, it's not printing. So and it's so easy and it's so comfortable to wear. It's beautiful. It took me 4 years.
Monaco supercars.
Monaco sports car, yeah. You have to like. It took me 4 years to make this lipstick in the way that I wanted, because like one of them, which is you have to use as a
primer,
contouring, like
contouring. Okay.
Yeah, you can actually use as an eyeshadow as well. It doesn't stick, and it's perfect color.
Oh, okay.
And the second one has a different texture. So the second one you put in the middle, and it gives this smooth and amazing feeling. And then when it dries, it doesn't print. I know there are a lot of like lipsticks today. You can go and buy a lot of them, but not all of them are same texture, like same, I want them to stay on me for a long term, right? So when you do the red carpet, let's say I have a red lipstick, and then I smile, and then I see I have it on my cheeks.
Yeah.
And you can control it. Like it's, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do, okay, now you can take a picture of me. So I decided to create this lipstick 5 years ago. And I tried many lipsticks out there, but some of them are too dry, too sticky,
They're usually too dry. The ones that don't rub off, they're too dry, and they just become very uncomfortable.
So I made sure this is comfortable, long lasting, and it's beautiful, and it looks natural. It doesn't even look that I have lipsticks on me. Yeah.
Okay, I've got to wrap up our interview, which I could have spoken to you for like hours and hours, but I'm aware that this is so late in Monaco and I need to let you go to sleep. I've got final quick blitz questions to wrap it up. So your top book recommendation that changed your mindset?
I'm actually reading now an amazing online book. It's still since I'm kind of like busy when I'm like cooking or doing something or driving, I listen to a book which is so interesting. Vladimir Megre, it's the writer, and so it's a book number 1 which I started to listen. It's called Anastasia, and it's called about this tree, which lives 500 years, about 500 years. It gets really tall. It absorbs the energy of universe. And then at one point before it's going to die, the tree. So for 3 years, it will be doing this sound. You have to cut it within 3 years and take every single piece of this tree and give it to people. And they have to put them in your neck, on your neck, as a, I don't know, as a jewelry, whatever. You can put a little hole. You have to be standing on the grass, putting it on your neck, and it will cure and heal absolutely everything, even your mood, your life. It will change your life. That's what they say. It's a magic tree. I don't want to say like, because there is only specific ears. You can't cut any tree and then it's going to put it on your neck. It's not going to work. Only at that point when the tree is 500 years old and it's about to die.
So because if you don't, it's for real.
It's for real. Yes, Whoa. It's for real. Like I'm reading this book now, it like gives me goosebumps. It's so interesting, because if you don't cut this tree during those 3 years, it's gonna burn itself with this energy that it was absorbing from the universe for so many years. The tree needs to give that energy to cure people, and it will die within 25 years then, but suffering. So the tree will suffer and it will burn itself. How crazy is this?
So are you now gonna go to find the tree?
I don't know. I wish. Now I'm just learning about it. And if you learn about something and then it comes into your life, so you have to be open for that, for the knowledges you have heard somewhere, like you're going to share it. And then maybe I'm going to say it on my Instagram, and the people are going to say, oh, we have this tree here. We just caught it yesterday. Who knows? Right?
We've got the leaves to send you to put it on your chest. But you never know. Do you know what?
So, and the guy he's not a writer. He even said at the beginning, it's like, I'm not a writer. I'm not selling this story. I want to share this story because like it's something incredible happened to me. And the guys, like that old man who were convincing him when he met them in the village to go and cut the tree, they were 130 years old and they look like 70 years old. So they've been living in the forest one guy the youngest was 130. And his father was probably 150. And they were like walking really, like lots of energy. So I believe in those kind of things. And I believe that only nature can cure everything and give you lots of knowledges and power. I believe that there are some secrets that we need to discover.
You like, do you know what I've realized you remind me of? In a good way, you're like an avatar, the like from the movie, like so connected when you're just like with when they walk around, is like with the tail connect to the trees and get all the power. This is almost like you are just like human version of that connection.
How fun is that? But I feel the same way with my cat. My cat and me, we are so connected. Like this is my avatar. Like she sleeps with me. She's 15 years old, sleep with me under the cover, like only one head is here, like we're sleeping together. So now I left from Moscow. My mom says she got sick. She doesn't want to eat. She doesn't eat anything. When I left, I was there like a week ago. She doesn't eat. She doesn't do anything. I was like, okay, I'm going to bring it here. Like, mom, like go do the test. I'm going to bring my cat here.
Oh, wow.
So I'm so connected. Yeah, you're completely right. To my animals, to my trees. I have a tree in the garden. I go and I hug my tree here in the garden.
Yeah, the tree hugging is important. Yeah. No, but this is the thing is, when you become too scientific about everything and you need logical explanation, that's become so difficult to live. You just miss out on all the magical things around you. So
listen to your heart. Why do you want to listen to your brain? It's gonna get you confused and more. I listen to my heart always. My heart never lied to me.
Very, very wise. Okay, so household tasks you'd like to outsource.
I love doing time to time cleaning, ironing, and it gives me like this I don't know, feeling that I'm meditating, you know.
Oh my
I love
God.
yeah, yeah. I learned how to cook recently because I was so busy all my life running around. But during the quarantine, I learned how to cook. I cook now. I don't have a nanny. The maid comes because you need to, because I don't have time to do it. But when I
Yeah,
had no maid, I was doing everything myself, and I enjoy it, I have to say. What I don't like, maybe I don't like to take the garbage.
yeah. Okay, we need a garbage man.
Yeah, maybe that's yeah.
Good one. No one mentioned that before. Um, Favorite meal of the day and why? Is it like breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Mm, mm, if I'm here and in south of France, I love breakfast. I eat eggs, and I learned that eggs are very healthy for your skin,
Mhm.
for your youth, and
How
so
many
I
eggs
do
do you need to
two,
look the
three,
way you do? Two
two,
to
three
three
eggs.
every
Yeah, yeah,
day.
every day. Yeah.
All right. Top choice for a famous house guest. And it can be a current or historic figure.
Um. Oh my God. Oh wow.
Apart from you, obviously, the boyfriend to be from LA.
Uh, I don't know. That's a hard question. Um. I mean, I
Got to be
when I
J
come
Lo, maybe.
in J-Lo, no, actually that guy from LA.
The
Let's
guy from LA.
yeah, yeah.
Is he famous?
In certain business,
Right.
not he's not famous for being celebrity. He's a businessman, and in
Businessman.
that,
Okay.
yeah, industry. Now he's launching an amazing project, and he showed the house that he built. It's incredible. It's so beautiful.
Wow.
And yeah, no, I like no, I like everything. I just like the vibe. When you come to little place or big place, and you feel that there is so much love, there is so much effort put in that place,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes it cozy and makes it comfortable and makes it beautiful. So it's not about the walls, it's about how much
When it's
you
got the
put.
soul, isn't it? Then
Yes,
it,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what, the guy, the mysterious guy?
Oh
Of it?
yeah.
Oh,
I call him
is
Mr.
it him? Is it him coming to for a house guest?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I think people are, yeah, when you can, feel yourself being around people, and I love to have guests. I love to have guests. I love to cook for people. I love to host, like to make them feel comfortable.
Do they like you cooking for them, considering you've just learned cooking?
Oh, but I learned, I have to say, better than in restaurants. I don't eat in
Ah,
restaurants anymore because I was like, oh my God, I cook better than there.
there you
And
go.
yeah, I learned how to cook. Not that I started to cook. I learned.
You
I learned
learned, I
with
see.
my heart somehow. Yeah, I can do really, really good meat, fish, anything, pasta, like wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know I have this kind of like talent.
You see, the talented person, talented in everything. So, and the final question, which actually you almost answered, but your dream house and location.
I would take two, not
One.
one.
Okay.
One would be here in south of France, for sure, with the sea view, of course, with the beautiful garden.
Mhm.
And another one would be somewhere else. Let's say, not in Russia, no, but maybe California. No,
LA,
I
yeah.
mean, I love Los Angeles. I've been traveling, I've been going there since 2001. And when I landed first time, I was like, oh, wow, there was nothing to see, but I felt like home.
Where is that?
Somehow,
Where?
this is my favorite place in the
Where? In
world.
LA?
So, in LA, yeah.
Oh,
There is,
interesting.
there is some vibes. There is like different vibes. I love LA so much. So, and I love to have a house up the hills. So you look at the Sunset Boulevard and you see, not by the ocean, no, but
Mhm.
on the hills.
On a
I
hill,
prefer
yeah.
hills, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've had the best time ever. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
onto my
you. It
podcast.
went so quick. Like it was what, almost 2 hours?
I
2 hours, exactly two
No
hours. 'Cause
way.
I'm putting it, yeah. 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Exactly 2 hours. Look at that. Very auspicious. 20040.
Still 2 hours. Yes, it was really nice. Thank you. I
I
hope people who never seen me and heard me never got harmed by what I was saying or something. I was just joking, guys.
No, I mean, whoever hasn't got, a sense of humor and
Sometimes
not an
people say
open mind should not be listening to my podcast anyway. So
things.
thank you for being you.
Thanks a
Thank you for
lot.
being this. Now I see you as this. I have this avatar, the literally the movie, the beauty of that world, that we've kind of like lived through in this episode as well. And
Yeah.
nature, we can.
I have to just say that all that beauty is located in our souls. I always tell to people, you have entire universe inside of you. Just have to discover it and open it up and like go and dive. Don't be scared to get to know yourself. And then
To know yourself, to love yourself, appreciate yourself, and then share that love. And this is such a beautiful message. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest. We now, I think everybody will go sign up, follows Victoria Bonya on Instagram. You mainly active on Instagram.
More English content, yeah.
You should. It's been absolute pleasure. I could not be happier to talking to you, to getting to know you.
Thanks
so loads of love to you, just the same one as you resonate to everyone else, and all the very best.
Thanks. I'm sending you lots of love. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching it.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Beehive Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye now till the next episode. Look after yourselves and your loved ones.